Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, Ozocrate here, she, her pronouns. Back with another example of Fire Emblem Fridays. Last week we finished the normal run of Ephraim's side of the story. And I put up to a poll in the Discord. And the votes were clear in two regards. The votes indicated that people wanted me to do Eirika's route on hard mode next, and they indicated they wanted to see me start from the beginning again, rather than skipping to the chapters that are different, which is perfectly fine by me. Before I start, a reminder that if you are interested in voting on future polls, the Discord is in the About Me link, and I can provide it on request if you would like. Now then, go ahead and boot her up. Since we are starting from the beginning, I figure it's only fair that we show off the beginning cutscene again. So I'll let that play out for a moment. I do love how much of it is just images sliding on the screen. It's good images, but still, it's funny. Alrighty. You can see here we have the epilogue there. And we have post-game there for Ephraim's route, which we can do if we ever need to. So, we're doing this one in difficult. No instructions are given, and difficulty is set to high. Very descriptive. Thank you, game. You can see there, it's marked in red to make it clear. I won't exactly be reading the dialogue since I've seen most of it before. When we get to Eirika's route, I'll start reading it a bit more seriously. But I will let it play out, and I'll avoid skipping over it. First time it's seen, just for anyone who hasn't watch the Ephraim route playthrough. What you basically need to know is that the Sacred Stones are this game's equivalent of the MacGuffins. The items that the plot is centered around. Heroes need to get them, villains need to destroy them. Continent Magville. Alright. Got the description of the continents here and each of their rulers. We do visit all of them during the stories, I believe. Although I don't remember if we do all of them in each story. Yeah, I think we might not have seen Carcino during our playthrough. We should see that this playthrough. Because Eirika's the one who heads north in her route. Prologue, The Fall of Renee. The fact that this is listed as prologue in chapter 1 threw off a lot of my chapter counts when I was trying to recap stuff in the last playthrough. I know it's going to do it again. I just know it. Basically, what you need to know about this chapter is Renee is definitely not winning this fight, and he knows that, and he knows Eirika won't leave unless forced, basically. Yeah, Seth basically takes her against her will. Yeah, we do have Franz here, but we don't get him until the next chapter because he's sending for help, essentially. Got our good friend Volti here, definitely not one of the most despicable characters in the game. Hello there. Long time no see. Killed you a couple weeks ago. That is kind of a kick-ass line, though. He has 13 hit points left. We go a lot lower, trust me, Walter. So brusquely. At least she's not too upset for being taken out of the castle against her will. I keep forgetting that one section of the border is named Mulan. Just hits me out of nowhere. The one weapon that makes her usable in the beginning. Alright, so a reminder here. The main issue with Eirika is that she starts with only 4 strength and has a pretty weak growth in it. She is the closest to, say, the speedier lords in the game. Think like Lyn from Blazing Sword. But the issue is that she doesn't go hard enough in that direction. She kind of stays in the middle too much, and it prevents her from specializing in anything. She's locked to sword, she's locked to a horse once she promotes. She doesn't really have much flexibility. Her one saving grace right now is that she has a decent weapon that gives her a good amount of strength for a low weight. It's something that only she can wield. It also gives her a bit of crit. As you see, her avoid chance is 23%. Which means when these guys go up against her, it's going to be a little worse than a coin flip for them. Because it's 81 minus 23 equals 58, and then you have 10% taken off because they are losing the weapon triangle, which is swords good against axes, axes good against lances, and lances good against swords. That being said, I am waiting. Because in case they both hit, then she dies, and I don't get to do anything. Hup. Hup. I also want to get that guy out of the frickin' forest. Now, if this one hits, I'm going to block, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be necessary. The main issue is this guy having bit stronger attack. He has 83% hit chance, minus 23 means it's 60, meaning it's exactly a coin flip, if my memory is correct. 15 versus 3 means that it would deal 12 damage, maybe a little less because of the weapon triangle. But it's still a good amount. Okay, we're out of the woods. We are getting lucky with these dodges. And as is tradition, our first crit is one that does not matter. All that's left is their leader. The music always changes at that point, but yeah, he moves up. And as you can see, he stays in the woods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up a bit, so that he has to come out of the woods and I can hop in the woods. Missed the coin flip. Trade the weapon so that he does not attack. Stays out of the way. Good, good. We get our first level with Eirika. We need some strength. That's the main issue we're going to have with her. And as you can see, we are not going to get it a lot. We got the skill, we got the speed. And like I thought, he went for the person who cannot dodge. In hard mode, promoted units' gains are even worse in terms of how much experience they get from kills. So I want to use Seth even less than I already would do. And I made sure I never used him. And that's chapter clear. Not the fastest, but it was the safer way. Eirika takes down all three of them by herself, didn't even get hit. Seth did get a scratch on him, but he's fine. As expected, she doesn't really take well to killing for the first time. Does have to struggle with it a bit. The game likes to paint her as the more idealistic of the two protagonists, while Ephraim was always more of the realist. Chapter 1. Escape. Like last time, Tana is still stuck in the castle. The plot does not change in these early chapters, because it is only Eirika in charge for most of it. Chapter 9 is the first chapter where they split off, so we likely won't see it this stream. That 1% crit. 'Tis fate, but is a cruel one. Tana, Tana, Tana. Reminder that she is fairly a royalty. In Ephraim's run, she didn't really do much, because by that point we already had Vanessa going as a Pegasus Knight, and she was just too far behind the level. Seth's like, focus on my liege's safety. The Eirika's the bleeding heart type. We gotta help. Especially after seeing what happened to her own nation. So let's see here. We have this guy here. If I move Eirika up around here, then that will allow her to avoid giving this guy cover. And then she can run over here for defense and healing next turn. Additionally, Seth can come in here and wait. So he has the dodginess as well. Mr. Ego here thinks it's his lucky day. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Luckily for us, Seth is a pretty attractive target without a weapon. Dude's dodgy and dude can take some hits. Meanwhile, Franz has brought back his help of Gilliam, who hopefully will be more useful this time and cause me less resets. He will not be more useful. Knights and Fire Emblem are so tough to use well, especially in the GBA games. They don't have the worst fortune in the games, but it's definitely not the best. So Eirika moves up here. We position our people up here. And let's see how this goes. The Lance guy moves but does not attack. Oh, they're both going after Seth, huh? Well, that's no fun. I need someone to die to Eirika. Oh, right, there's reinforcements. It's not too many yet, but it will be a problem the farther along we go. So let's see here, 51% chance to hit here. 59, 44. 4 damage. We can afford to spend an extra hit on you, especially if he misses. Just because it's going to be really hard to get Gilliam levels with all these axe users in the early game. We'll use the sword here so he's not weak against all the axe users around him. And there's a kill. See if moving her into the forest helps. Oh, it does attract that. Probably should have checked that range. Because now if she gets hit again, that's going to be trouble. And now everyone's gunning for her. Alright, first slip up of the stream. Let's see if I regret it. We do get a level. We get strength, which means I'm definitely dying my next hit. Alright, there's one hit at Seth. Wins the coin flip. And with that extra point of strength, she's able to kill this guy in 2 shots. Very good stuff. Pop this to heal her. This can protect her from... Trying to think how I want to do it. You can do the talk when there's no enemies around. Yeah, the issue is Franz is kind of fragile right now. By himself, he's not a problem, but with enough enemies nearby, he can get whittled down pretty easily. Let's keep it like this for now and see how it goes. Still has a decent chance to hit, but does die. I am kind of turtling right now. I am a bit ashamed about that, but like, it's the smart choice. Because of shit like that. Saved us a few damage. We've taken like 7 or 8 there. Whiff. More distractions by Seth, thank you. Whiff. That extra point of strength makes that crit unnecessary, but thank you. Since Eirika is not auto-leveling, we do need to actually put our own effort into leveling her up. The weapon triangle prevents her from getting the kill here, but does make it easy for Franz or someone else to take it out. Another point of strength. We're 2 for 3 so far. That is better than expected. And the 2-hit kill there. Not bad. And then you see the healing from the fortress there and there. We'll distract a soldier over here. Eirika can take care of this guy. She can use a steel sword now, but like, why would you do that to yourself? Girl is not built for that weight. And the crit when it didn't matter. That's the only problem I got with her. I'll take it, I guess, but still, girl. She has to use the lance here to avoid the weapon triangle problems. And that puts Franz pretty close. Next up, like predicted. Can't even scratch Seth in the forest. Okay, he didn't go into the forest, which is what I thought he was going to do. He does get killed here, I think. Yeah, because Franz is fast enough to double, and that's Franz's first level. Last run, he was a pretty decent paladin for me. And that's an okay level. Like, not the worst stats to get, but I would like a bit more. No one's really in danger of getting killed by Gilliam here. Well, by Brigitte. Also, we can't do too much to him because he's on the fortress and a knight, and a pain in the ass. At least for our weakened units at the beginning. Get the talking out of the way here. Basically saying, Franz, I'm glad you're okay. And Seth also has some lines for him. Yeah, the main issue is just that he heals every turn, so it helps him win this trade. Which is the main reason I'm not leaving Gilliam in here to do the fight alone. Like, it's a cute option, it's not going to help. The only real option to do is the type effective rapier. That being said, if one misses, we would have been in some trouble and would have had to rescue her out. That though, Eirika does level up to level 5. 2 for 4. Around average. And a reminder that you can only seize the gate with the Lord character. And with that, we've cleared Chapter 1. We get a decent bit of dialogue here about the story, because we're still pretty early in the game, and they're still setting up a lot of the world. Frelia is the northern neighbor to Renee. So it's not on the border of Grotto as much. It still is technically on the western side. But Renee shares more of a border, which is why it was attacked first. That being said, we do make it to Frelia without any more incidents. And then of course you get the overprotective dad scene, which probably makes Eirika jealous if you think about it, considering she doesn't have a dad anymore to deal with this stuff, or to get Papa Bared by. I do like how she says, like, Eirika come out now, like she's hiding in a box. It is kind of unhinged for a medieval setting, but it would be really funny. Yeah, I did kind of spoil it like 5 seconds early, but it's not really that big of a surprise for a Fire Emblem parent to die, and also it was something that was revealed pretty early on in the last playthrough. That being said, obviously we don't just stay and rest at Castle Frelia for the rest of the game. That'd be boring. And not a game. Or at least not a Fire Emblem game. So our next mission objective is to go hunt down Eirika's brother and figure out where the fuck he went. Yeah, they point out we're definitely going to be outnumbered, which, again, is part of it being a Fire Emblem game. He does give us a bit of help, though. Gives us a Pegasus Knight and a healer. And, of course, we get to keep Gilliam. Basically getting some of his personal guard. Gives us a supply convoy to keep all of our spare items. And he also gives us 5,000 bucks to start in gold. Getting some backstory on the Empire of Grotto. It's one of those things where it's kind of out of nowhere, even though the game really designates them as like the evil country. Although to be fair, it's not like they chose to be the evil country designated by the game. We'll move on to Chapter 2, The Protected. Starting with this chapter, we can move around freely, although it doesn't really mean too much yet. The main thing you can do is sort your items between yourselves. We can put the silver lance in storage for when we have someone who I actually want to use it properly. Definitely not Seth. I don't like using Seth. Seth is a cheat. I do like how Franz starts with 2 vulneraries. Let's trade that. Probably meant for a tutorial in the easy mode now that I think about it. Vanessa turned out pretty good last run. Mulder ended up being pretty good, although he didn't really use his light magic as much as I would have if I'd been able to grind. And then Gilliam was off the team by chapter 10 or 11. The armor and the lack of stats was just a bit too much of a hurdle. We'll see if he can do better this time. Or at least he has a spot for now while we have spots. Now we head south of Frelia, towards Grotto. Silly Mulder. Doesn't know what game we're in. Give you the hint about, hey, Pegasus don't like archers. As in pretty much every Fire Emblem game. I don't know if there's any game where that isn't a thing. I know there's some games without the weapon triangle, but are there any games without the archer weakness? I feel like it's kind of needed, because otherwise archers aren't really that good in most games. Got our MVP from the last run here. Hello, Ross. Hello, Garcia. Not sure if I'll use you this time. Probably not. And no, you cannot save that village. Womp womp. Yes, he is hurt. Yes, this is the example for Mulder to heal. Basically a demonstration of the rescue mechanic. Obviously you don't have to, but why wouldn't you? You can see here, he is injured, he's down to 5 hit points. He would not survive the next turn. Got the woods that kind of stifle our opening move. Visit the 2 villages here. Elixir is a full heal, unlike a vulnerary, which is only 10. And then we have our awkward interaction from last game come back again. Hello, enemy commander, that we'll see later in the story. And here we see Eirika's impeccable lying skills, as always. And she's like, pretty sus, but also it's not my job. She gives us a red gem that can be sold for money. Garcia, meanwhile, demonstrates his difference between his 2 axes in order to get the range advantage. He also has the advantage of a fort defense now. Seth moves up in order to intercept the oncoming enemy and prevent them from moving farther. Meanwhile, she rescues Garcia as well. Eirika moves down to talk and recruit Russ, while Mulder will heal him after. Ross is one of 3 training units in this game. He is probably the most reliably good one, just because you get him this early in the story. The other ones you don't get until chapter 9 and 12 respectively of a 20-turn game. And it takes a lot of grinding in the tower or other monster areas in order to get them to their full potential. Ross comes with a hatchet, which is a low but flexible, which is not the most powerful weapon, but it is light, so it doesn't slow him down. And it has 2 range, so it's basically a weaker hand axe with better accuracy, because it has that hit of 85. Go ahead and get the sword ready. Can't take, so we move farther down. Alright, the bandits move up. Whiff! Up! You will start noticing if you are playing hard versus regular, the stats start to go up in this game here. The stats of these enemy axe users can be anywhere from 1 to 3 points higher than in their regular difficulty counterpart. And this is only going to get greater as the game goes on and there's more levels to get a difference from. We're going to set up a little wall down here. Roush, you can see here, is pretty fragile, but he can get damage if needed. Especially if you leave enemies like this to be picked off. Let's see how far these guys can move. Not very far at all, so we can move up closer. Kill one. And bot one. Be gone, bot. First person talking to me in this entire stream, it's a bot. Bleh. Vulnerary. Definitely something he would like. Experience is 61. The growth isn't quite as fast, because growth rates as a whole are down in this difficulty. I'm not really sure where to put Molder yet. Actually, I probably should have healed the knight. That is my bad. Ow. Please don't be any more in my range. There's not for now. That being said, I did forget to recruit Garcia. That mountain stats. Can't directly heal either. Ross has to be the one to recruit. So we can have you take out the guy who thought it was a good idea to attack Ross. Visit down here. And this guy gives us pure water, which is good for resisting magic. Not the most useful thing, but it is a thing. Get the heal and rust. And now we get to check who's in range of these squares. Only one is in range. Oh, right, I gotta recruit Garcia. He can form a wall on the right here. Franz, you go up and help. Because clearly Gilliam ain't winning this alone. Good God, that accuracy. And good God, that health. He does get a hit this time, though, because the guy stepped out of the mountains. Yeah, that's why I left the hand axe equipped. Garcia is quick enough to double. Franz helps flip the accuracy on its head there. Meanwhile, Mulder helps Gilliam get his shit together. And gets some experience that he will definitely need later. Gilliam? God damn it, Gilliam. At least he missed that one. Otherwise, we might have had an issue. Mostly just blocking there. And we need to take advantage of this low accuracy. Whiff. Hit. Good start. Finish him off. That's going to be a full level there. Level 2. You got strength and you got speed. Wondering who you'd go for. So you choose death, huh? Congratulations. That skill and speed's going up, but not the strength. Hit. Whiff. And a whack on the healer. My bad. My bad. Deal 7 damage there. So if you get hit first... then Ross can finish for another level. They're okay levels for him. Not amazing though. Franz puts this guy one hit away from death. And he can't reach anyone except Gilliam. Made sure of that one this time. So, we heal Gilliam just in case. Enemy lives till next turn, we can heal Vanessa. Nope, suicides. And that's chapter. Don't get me wrong, Garcia is a good option. It's just that Ross fills his role better if you could invest enough into him. From my experience. He does have a pretty good message behind his backstory, though. Even if he goes back on it in order to fight with us. To be fair, part of that's Ross's fault for goading him into it. No, Ross, you're not a fighter yet. That's the next promotion. If I don't make you a pirate again. And then the beginning of all the bracelet talk starts here. Still think Bosba's a fucking stupid name. Flashback number 1 begins now. How the siblings are treated in this game is one of the things that I'm probably the most conflicted on. On one hand, it's very, very gender rolly. On the other hand, if anything, that does make it more authentic to like the medieval times that these games take place in. Does that mean I enjoy it though? Not necessarily. Like, I'm sure in their eyes, some of Eirika's nature. Worst character in the game. One of... Well, maybe not the worst, but like one of the worst recruitable characters. Chapter 3, The Bandits of Borgo. Alright, before we get started, let's sell off that red gem for another 2,500 bucks. Up! Hello, Pottery! Thank you for following. Really appreciate it. How are you doing today? Gonna buy her an iron sword and a slim sword. Doing alright. I finished the Fire Emblem Sacred Stones last week, doing normal difficulty Ephraim's route, but my Discord server voted to have me do Eirika's route on hard mode afterwards, so that's what we're doing today, or at least starting on. We just finished Chapter 2. We're about to enter Chapter 3, where we deal with the bandits of Bazba. Not sure how familiar you are with Sacred Stones, if you're a big fan of it, or if you're just an observer, but I've played this game maybe half a dozen times by now, so it's probably one of the Fire Emblem games I know best. At least when it comes to like the overarching story and stuff. Still not giving Seth anything because I don't need to use Seth for everything. Need to get Eirika some other swords so she doesn't kill that rapier immediately, because it is running dangerously low. Con is 9. Weight is 10. Right, I'm still on the buying screen. I'm gonna trade the steel sword to you, because once you're able to use it, Franzo, it's only going to weigh you down 1. And I think that'll be good. Let's see here. Let's see here. And I'll probably buy Ross a regular Iron Axe. Nothing heavier yet until he promotes, because weight 10, weight 15, weight 12. And then we check Ross's stats. Con of 8. This Iron Axe is already going to weigh him down 10. It's purely for when Ross needs that extra bit of oomph to get a kill. Alright. Borgo Ridge. We're entering a chapter I have mixed feelings on, because I like Nami. I wish she had more development. But I despise Colm. He's one of my least favorite recruitable units in the game. And I hate how I have to use him for like half a dozen chapters in this game, just because he's your only thief option at this point. It's not even like he's that good of a thief. I feel like Matthew's usually better when it comes to like early game thieves. He gives me real, I'm bullying my crush on the playground because I don't know how to talk to her energy. Hi, Nami. Please, you have to help one of the worst recruitables in the game. Otherwise, no one would care about him. Nami gets reduced to a crybaby a lot. And I do wish that the game gave her more credit than that in the one support they shove in your face. Because naming Colm's C rank is like the tutorial support that they throw at you. Entering the stronghold. Got our big nose fella up here. We did see a brief glimpse of him in the last chapter when he delegated it to the guy named Bone, I think it was, who died immediately. But yeah, Schnozba up here is not the biggest threat. He does get a buff from difficult, but so does everyone. So this guy has an iron axe and a door key. Neither of these guys have range, which is the good thing. You also don't need to worry about sending the thief down here, because there's the chest key for the chest, unless you want to save that key for later, which is a valid thought process. So let's see here, we have a defense of 3 and an attack of 10, so that's going to deal 7 damage, and it's going to take a while to kill. Alternately, we have to hatchet for 10, minus 3 for 7 as well. On the other hand, we have the hand axe here for 15, dealing 12. But it's a little better than a coin flip. And this is why I don't trust my coin flips. We could have had Nami take a pot shot, but Colm appears here at the end of the first turn. So I want her ready to recruit him before he does anything stupid. Start breaking the wall down. Move Gilliam up. Really move everyone up. It's kind of a bottleneck at the beginning of this chapter. Forgot we had a chance to hit that there. Seth can stay in the back since he's not attacking. Why, hello there. Dude goes ahead and unlocks the door for us, which is nice. It saves us from breaking the wall if you don't want to. But you still probably should. What a great guy. How much charisma does this guy smoozin'? Up. Come up here with this iron axe to do some more damage. I can get a whiff here, but it's really not going to be worth it. Best to leave those two to their little duel. This guy can reach all the way out here. He has an attack of 15 and a hit of 79. Colm here takes 15 to 12 damage if he gets hit. Maybe a little less because the weapon triangle, I forget if it does that immediately. But he has an avoid stat of 28, dropping it down to 51 and then down to 41 when you factor in the weapon triangle. Mulder does get some work here. Good for him. Heaven knows Mulder needs all the experience he can get early on. $36, it's a 15% drop, but he still got it. Go figure. That means that he does bring the hit points down to 9. Miss and kill. Garcia gets the door key. Now reminder, when it comes to ranged attackers, there is this hand axe guy, this bow user, this hand axe user, so 3 different ranged attackers. What I'm basically saying is, don't put Vanessa up against the window. They can work on breaking down the wall together, though. Seven. We'll let Ross get his easy hit in, and then Nami can pick off from the left. Ah. No one's in range to hit Colm, so you can safely pick these chests. Give us an Iron Lance. Hit. Miss. Ah. The hand axe whiffs. Javelin can break down the wall here. Now we can get a bit more up close and personal. These guys only have hand axes, so they can't really do too much more in terms of getting accuracy. We'll probably get whacked by the bow guy, but that's as bad as it's going to get. Gotta do some mouse stats there. Attempts to hit. Miss. Much better. No, I'm not moving on that side because then I get hit by the bow. I'm like, wait a moment, there's a reason. Fine, we'll get the stupid support. How dare you be nice? How dare you want to fight for people you care about? How dare you cry so much? Except in literally an emergency. I never used this guy long enough to give him other supports. I hope he's nicer than the other supports, but I can't really imagine him. Like, literally. It's his fault. You're better friends! Yippee! Hand axe. Let's see if we can tempt anyone through this door. Alright. Miss. And another miss. Alright. Ah, they're avoiding the counter. That's why they did it. Like I suspected, they did get hit by the bow. They stole our healing item, you prick! Now keep the sword on to kill so that the axe guy doesn't get a stat boost there. You love that the thieves will steal my stuff? I forget if I had that happen last time. Like, I didn't get it back. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not hurting for vulneraries or anything, but like, come on. Bam! Level up for Garcia. Went on his own little journey down there. Rescuing Vanessa because I left her in range of the archer. Probably not the best idea. Yeah, I think I left Coleman range though. Luckily, the axe guy went after him instead of the archer. The archer would have had a shot at killing. So, I need to stop doing that. Slim Sword here is going to be enough. And it does give us a small crit boost. It's basically like a mini rapier. Which is why I chose to get one for her. Can anyone else reach? No one else can reach the archer, so it's a good chance to use our lance. Because that's strong enough to kill. Don't get me wrong, I will heal with Mulder. I just wanted to get the kill first. Don't worry, Vanessa, I'll let you off in a moment. Just gotta keep people from dying first, you know, the important stuff. Javelin. And then up here we have an iron sword. Which, like, sure. Don't really need the hand axe right now, that can go in the inventory. No range here yet, so we'll move up. And we'll see if we can bait some people forward with Seth. We do. Whiff. And the hand axe. Whiff. Alright, first off, bow shot. Pop! Got one. do this to box you in a bit. Sword here will get the... If I move Eirika up, Iron Sword kills this one, and then Franz can go after the other one. Whiff! It's a lot of damage, but that was a 19% hit chance, so I didn't feel too bad. Bop. With the hand axe throw. And we do get a level up on Franz here. It's mid. Keep Colm out of range. Drop Vanessa while we're at it. And the Mulder can heal Colm, so he's not a fucking liability on the field anymore. Thank you, Mulder. One away from level, I think. So good on him. And then Gillian can move up his usual 4 spaces because he's slow as shit. Hit the 16. Damn. That's the thing. I will have a chance to heal people afterwards, and there's no chance of getting crit. So it's worth taking these pot shots where I can. Move in to heal Eirika. Level up number 1 for Mulder. It's mid. I don't even know if I can say it's mid. It might be worse than mid. Get the lance out for facing this one. Yeah, I was gonna say this is... Oh, jeez, that speed problem. Fine, Colm, I guess you get a kill. Try to use Ross, how dare I? Thought the hand axe would have given that guy a slowdown problem. Guess not. Moving up here so that we can... I should have switched to the Slim Lance. Frick. I forgot I had that equipped. I can block. Seth doing Seth things, which is nothing for me. He blocks damage good, though. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's how much damage the Lance does. Move Seth out of the way. Slim Lance does 5. So I might just stick with the Javelin and then have Franz come in for the kill. I'll wait for my turn though. Well, their turn, so that they can do that, and I can only get damaged once, probably. And the unit pile begins. I love waiting forever on a hallway to open. And it's 1 hit point, but Mulder needs all the experience he can get. Perfect. Do that, and then Franz can kill on his turn without getting counterattacked. Saves us 1 in trouble. Or Vanessa can get the kill now I think about it. Never mind, how dare I. Thanks, Vanessa. Guess you can have the kill, Franz. Just give me better levels next time. Now this guy does have a hand axe, so I can't just pester him with arrows. That being said, I can move people up in preparation to pester him with a bunch of shit next turn. Keeping Ross in the middle there because he has the lower range dude not being promoted. The Clog. Just to demonstrate why I'm not attacking with Vanessa. Thank you, Vanessa. For comparison, we have decent damage, but can easily get rocked. His con is 9. He can be rescued by Seth, though, in case he does get hit. Yeah, we hear you, Buzz. Falter had better battle dialogue. Alright, we got the whiff there. Nami barely does anything to this guy. Especially on hard mode. Eirika is in a similar situation to Franz. Okay damage, but also in big trouble if she gets hit. Slim Sword is 29% chance, Iron Sword is 29% chance, Rapier is 29% chance. So, like, not my first option. Getting more units up into position here. Matt's dodge is 28. Colton's dodge. I'm thinking of Matthew from Blazing Sword again. Attack goes down 4, so it's 16 versus 3. That's going to be 13 damage taken. Speed is 10. Speed is 8. Colton can be bait. He deserves it. We also have Seth as bait, though. Take your pick. Goes for Colton. 27% chance to hit. Good job. Nice picking, Basba. That being said, it does mean that he's now going to counter all of our ranged attacks. Hit. Whiff. Again, the javelin is not the best option here. Colm here can be dodgy as fuck, I guess, but that's really about it. We're really just pestering him with attacks until he dies. Ow. Thanks. Eirika can reach. If we do Iron Sword, that will leave it open for a kill from anyone, basically. And today, I want that kill to go to... Well, let's attempt it first. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks, game. Thanks for reassuring me. $48, $38. Ross can move around here. Take. Drop. Heal. And I'll equip the hand axe, but I won't use it in case you decide to attack someone else. Goes to die on Franz. No, I'm pretty sure it is over, Basva. Level Franz. Finally got strength and defense. Kind of a boring level, but a needed one. Heal Nami for experience, and then we'll seize. All nice and tidy. The grid of 9 below her. Doesn't even thank her for literally saving his life here. This is like the one thing that's meant to be like him actually being nice to her. But he really doesn't deserve our kindness still. I mean, you're useful for your class column, but I do regret having you around, trust me. He's like, yeah, there's something more to this bracelet. That was why we had to go get it, but I really can't tell you. Then we get our first look inside Grotto. Mostly at the generals of the army, who you see most of, if not all of, in one form or another during the game. Celine from the village in the last chapter is here to report what she's seen, and of course it's not great. And these three, the original generals of the army, actually care about the well-being of the people. The newer people, not so much, though. My man's learning about nepotism. I'm sorry, dude. And the guy is just really nice when he's talking to us, anyway. Now, we've seen all three of these before if you watched my prior playthrough. But if you're watching just this stream, the only one we saw earlier was Valter. Got Jaundice. Got Arrogance. And we have adultery. Or at least lust, but probably adultery too. It seems like his thing. And the other two hold their breath, but Glenn doesn't like this guy. Selena and Calic go to take on Frelia. Reeve and Dussel are charged with staying home. They are protecting. And then Valter and Glenn are hunting down for the princess specifically. So we do have a few items we can shuffle around, mainly what Colm stole. Iron Lance. Iron Lance. We can give her an Iron Lance, it's really not going to help much, just because of how much it weighs her down. But it does weigh her down less than the Javelin, so there's that at least. Deals more damage than the Javelin, weighs her down less. There is a use there. And then Ross can have the hand axe, even though it is going to be never useful until he promotes, probably. Probably. And then Franz can have the javelin for flexibility. Because it's either him or Gilliam. Moving over to the Zaha Woods. as we begin to face a different type of enemy. Girl's got the passages cited. And her ego unchecked. If I had to put a name to her, she'd probably be that one streamer I follow, Captain Lily. Girl's got a massive ego for her on-stream personality. It's funny, but it would fit. Something wicked this way comes. Yeah, unfortunately that one doesn't count for experience. First map where you can pick units. See ya, Seth. Also not planning on bringing Culm because we are not on a map with fog or chests. Maybe I'll get more than 1% this time. Probably not. Maybe if I do the tower grinding like I considered. Still not decided on if I want to do that yet. Alright, so monsters. Good news. Their stats suck. Specifically, most of them are really easy to outspeed with most of your units. The things you need to watch out for are the moguls. Mainly. The other monsters can gang up on you and wear you down, but the moguls are the only unit in this chapter to attack your resistance stat. And I don't know if you've noticed, our resistance stats are 2, 6 for the new guy, 1, 3, 5, 5, 1, 1, 2. Do not let these moguls get the first shot. So what am I doing? I am baiting. This guy's gonna hold a lance so that he can more easily dodge a sword. Similarly, in case Not in range, not in range, not in range. So Ross is going to... Ross will hang out around here. Wait. Bad idea. Ross can hang nearby. K-Dex can kill, but that's some low accuracy. And we have 2 hits so far. Yeah, that balances out for the averages. Mulder has a safe spot in here. Never mind, I'm an idiot. How dare I? Experience, at least. Mulder will be moving over to heal Garcia anyway, at least. Keeps them out of the way. Meanwhile, here we got a little under a coin flip. It misses. These guys do have a decent amount of health, the Revenants, but their stats are abysmal. And then, like I thought, sword versus lance, missed the coin flip, and we are fast enough to double. The eyeballs move, and more disturbingly, we got some company. Not the best stats, but they still are stats. It's closer to like copies of this guy. 7, 9, 10. Guaranteed Oko here. It's more efficient. Maybe can soften this one up. The annoying part is anyone going in range of the other eye, first eye gets in range of the second eye. Anyone trying to hide in the forest also gets in the range of the sword guy. We also can't Oko the eyeballs. Hatchet, Iron Axe, better. Good job, Ross. Level up, that brings you up to level 4. I'm still not liking his growths as much this round. Need that gone. Only in range of 1 eyeball. The eyeball will deal 12 damage versus 2 resistance. That's 10 hit points. But more importantly, it lets Arthur get to work on the eyeball. Whiff. Hit. Staying back here, stay away from the eyeball. Start work down there. See, they're starting to approach the bridge. Here's one guy that I was worried about physically. They cannot combine to kill Arthur, but they can really whittle him down. Well, actually, if both eyes hit Arthur, they can kill, but that's a 38 plus 30% chance. And they missed the first one. So, Arthur is safe, although he is probably going to need to be retreated. Other eyeball? Hello. I am more annoyed that I put you in the forest than anything else, honestly. Damn eyeballs. Alright. The derp cutscene. Hello, goobers. Fucking music. Reminder, they do not come back later. Not this chapter, at least. Renek, please don't make me use calm. Attack of 11. Physical defense of 9. Gilliam can wall these guys down low. And that's probably one of his better chances to get experience, since he won't get doubled by everything. There's a top place. Gives you a hint about knocking over places to create bridges. Gives us another iron axe. Eirika doesn't need it, but someone might. Get the slim lance to kill this guy. Level up for Vanessa. I believe that's the first one? Yes. She does get strength, which is rare. So I'm not going to be too upset on that one. Pop a vulnerary here so that I don't have to risk them getting all the way out. Pop! And then since we got a sword guy down here, I can focus on lances again. I will wait though so that he can get the first hitting. We'll get one less counterattack. Heal myself. Alright. Like I said, Gilliam can wall this guy pretty good. I don't know if he's fast enough to double. Probably not. Yeah, he's not. But he can kill on the following turn. And you can see it kind of creates a line here. Whiff. And we're not going to kill this monster, but we are going to get close. Leave it easy pickings for someone. Meanwhile, this guy is put an inch from death. Oh right, I forgot all those guys come up. They've all got pretty rough stats too. First off, let's let Gilliam get his kill. He's not going to get many this game. At least not compared to some of them. Level up, get something good. I can respect 4 stats. Vanessa here to pick off the remains again. Pretty good at that. See if I can combo Arthur and Nami here to get a kill. Arthur's almost to his first level. You should go for the mastery in this game. So much fun. You're a Retro Achievements kiddo too. Nice to see. I am currently at... Let me check my current stats. I'm currently at 8,200 points for my account. Been doing pretty good recently. You have 82 of the achievements in this game so far. I'm at 55 right now. Oh, that's garbage game. Ah. Hmm. 3 hit points down is really the lowest we are at right now. We don't have any ranged attackers unless... We are going to have to eyeball over there in a moment, but that's as close as it's going to be. So we can bring Boulder over here to heal for experience. .50 whiff it, and Garcia should kill with the second hit. Good job, good job. Did get hit there, but that's good. Or fine, at least. 50-50 chance here. Hits. Arthur, again, softens up the eyeball for anyone to take it down. Probably Vanessa again. She still needs experience, really. Only 3, but that was important stuff. I can excuse that. I'm just checking to remember something. No, there is no type effectiveness for bows against eyeballs. It's just the gargoyles. She can get this one picked off, though. So we can leave the eyeball to the flyer. Right through the eyeball. Gillian can soften this guy up for Arthur to kill next. Alright, Garcia, I'm giving you a shot. Good job. Now Franz can frustratingly be one away from getting the village because, go figure. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was gonna say, maybe Rosh should get the kill here. Just because he really needs the levels. These guys are approaching, just very slowly. Continuing to get experience everywhere I can. Huzzah! The monsters approaches. Can't get a kill, but we can get pretty close with one of these. Combining Arthur with Ross should be enough to get a kill. Although Vanessa getting a crit that's not needed is also a valuable solution. I think I meant to say viable. Go figure. Come on out, Luke. The mage. She can head around and be behind. Bow. Bada boom. Level up for Ross. That brings him up to level 6. Level 5. Ooh. Level up for Eirika. Yeah, there's that lack of strength coming in. Now we're down to 2 out of 5. Well, 2 out of 6 even. Heal Arthur here just because I can. One of them didn't attack. That being said, Ross does need healing. But he can finish off this guy next turn. So good for him. Meanwhile, down here we got someone who's probably getting picked off by loot next turn. If I had to guess. There we go. Almost a level. Vanessa once again taking a chance to clean up here. No worries, Noise. Thank you for even showing up. It's appreciated. I hope your therapy went well. Get loot in action here real quick. And then we see if he can take it on alone or if he needs help. I am waiting a turn so I can approach in the forest. Fuck, I forgot he moved. He does hit. He doesn't have the best stats, it's mainly just his hit points that are a problem. But well enough, we talked about if I had any luck getting HRT, laugh about the state of things, because everywhere they've told me it's given the same thing. We don't do that, never done that. Yeah, that's fair. Sad but fair. Alright, first off, let's get everyone else moving. Move down. Heal for quick experience. Yeah, no worries. I can look and see if I have my current doctor's business card and see if I can get you in contact with them. No guarantees with the state of things, like you said, but it's something at least. Yo, the 1% crit. Loot starting off hype. Thanks for the level. I mean, those are important stats if she had to only get 2, but would have been nice to have more. Spoiler alert, we do see all of these monsters that she describes. I'm kind of in a dry stretch when it comes to achievements right now because my next achievement's not going to be until I complete Chapter 8 on hard. And then I'll start getting more as I do the Eirika route achievements. Oh right, the Goober Trio. Oh yeah, no worries, I know it's a weird topic to talk about. I only offer it to you because you're a personal friend. And, like, I know you live near me. Do remember that my doctor is still about an hour's drive, so you would have to drive there. Then again, I guess my suggestions have never really been conventional. Yeah, you'll figure out transportation. Fair enough. Alright. So we have Lute and Arthur now in our party. Two units who are fragile when it comes to physical bulk, but our powerhouse is on the magical side. Squishy and Swishy. Although Lute is more evenly squishy, so he's not really bulky in either direction. So she's more worrisome right now. Yeah, no worries. I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 more chapters, depending on how time goes. But I'd love to see you here anytime. And if you miss it, you know the VODs are available anytime. And now we head south to Seraphim for probably the first real roadblock of the game for me. The Empire's Reach. I remember one of my viewers really liked Joshua when they first saw him a stream or 2 ago. The long red-haired type. He does hesitate a moment. Glenn's giving him the side eye the whole time. There we got his brother Cormac here. Maybe I'll actually get to use him this time. There she is. Hi, Natasha. Yes, we're so threatened by a healer. They move so fast. Alright, we're picking units again. We're not taking Culm. I really want to train Russ. We are a bit limited on this one, so it's kind of hard for me. Since we're bringing Natasha, I'm not going to bring Mulder. That's going to be my lineup right now. And then we have Joshua popping up here. He does give the hints there, but it's still kind of rough. Because he won't fight women, but specifically he will not fight Natasha. He will fight Eirika and give her some real trouble. Don't make that mistake, like I do. So, first things first. Let's yank this town before the bandits pop up at the bottom. Gives us a dragon shield. For reference, a dragon shield boosts physical defense by 2 points. Very useful for some of our squishier units, of which there are many. Stupid. Fire's doing the thing again. Sorry about that. Gonna have Gilliam plug up the left side, with loot behind him, probably. And we have an axe user and a bow user to deal with here. The issue right now is that we have to get rid of his guard before we can send Natasha in. She does have a stronger stave, which is good. Units are moving forward. Got one. Whiff. And then Franz isn't quite strong enough to get rid of this guy in one turn, but he can two-shot him. He's fast enough. Then we got these guys over here. So that's kind of rough. Because if you see here, Vanessa does not deal well with these guys. Go ahead and two-shot you. Experience for loot. And then we will move you forward here so that they cannot hide in the woods. And then you can get rid of this guy so that the horse can go over and help our friends. It's gonna be a bit risky. Nine damage. That's a 13 and a 13. Nothing else can hit. You'll be able to hit, but we're blocking you. Bringing up the sword here. And the sword here. So blocked, blocked, and then one person will be able to hit Ross. You don't... Okay, just make sure they don't have ranged weapons, because then that could be a problem. If I put Natasha up back here. Alright. Coin flip. Misses. Almost kills. Axe guy gets close, but the bow guy will shoot. Whiff. Eirika deals semi-damage, but her lack in power is showing here. While France shows her how it's done in that regard. Not quite killing, but we're softening up a lot of enemies for our weaker units to take out. Then you can see over there, the other archer is approaching as well. As is that one. Funnily enough, I can deal with this one by moving 10. Single 11. We can do it like this. Gilliam takes the first shot here. Nami takes a shot here. Knowingly, even if we wanted to, we couldn't hide in the woods there because then we'd just get whacked. We also can't approach the archer. Eirika once again failing to leave too much damage on anyone. Arthur gets the kill here, thanks to help from Vanessa. Attack is 16. 16 attack, 6 speed. It's gonna hurt Luke, but she can take down this archer. Not a bad level, got some of the essentials. Use that. And there go you. Level up. Alright, we got level 7 now. These levels are not looking great for us. Do have to move Natasha one away. Hits. And you go for the one who can hit back. Sure. Like, yeah, she needs healing, but I'll take a 5-up from it. Let's move up. No one can hit through these walls, so maybe. So Luke's safe to hide in the forest. Oh, you're not done, huh? How much of a hit chance do we have here? We can get a pretty good one, so I'm gonna try it like this. Because we just need one of these hits to land. That's the highest chance we got. There we go. A few miscalculations, but I'm getting kills. Ross getting some attacks in here. Use the sword here because we're going to draw that axe guy out with this. Weapon level increase. I think that means you can use this sword. Yeah, we can use the steel sword now. Good. Let's go ahead and heal Nami. So he can go to these 3 squares. So what we need to do is we need to draw out to the surrounding squares. Which is a bit of a pain, but doable. Hits. Franz is 1 strength shy right now of finishing. But it does make him easy to pick off. Iron Sword here barely does anything. Got the weapon triangle advantage. He does get doubled though because he's slow as shit. No matter, the soldier does get finished off next round. The annoying thing is I can't go after this soldier without pulling this guy over. Let's pull you over here. Bop. Gets the level for Gilliam. Strength and defense. Not bad, not bad. Pop a vulnerary here because I don't want to have to deal with getting Natasha all the way over there. And then we can get Ross up here. Mwah. Level up. That's a better level. More importantly, the weapon level increased. Yeah, annoyingly, I can't get within his range without getting in the other axe guy's range. Take the sword, it's an armor slayer. Yeah, we just say there's a safe square here. So she can heal. Forgot you were in range of that guy. Oh. Luckily I was the only one you were in range of, but in. Alright, that lure worked good enough. Not perfect, but good. Yeah, there's the bandits that are going to attack this village on the left if we don't do anything. Pop! Get a bit of experience and then we'll see if Ross can finish him off. Can't. There we go. Level up to level 9. He's almost promoting. Four up, not bad. Now then. One, two, three, four, five. Franz will rush over to help defend the village there. And these two can't hit. But remember, he does not attack Natasha. Only Natasha. Vulnerary pop. Might as well. It's gonna be a rough one, but I can pull her out of there if needed. Alright, here goes. Let's get Joshua out. Man's a bit blunt. But he's also a gambler and jokingly sexist. And we get him. Whiff. Then he can get rid of this guy, for sure. Yep. And the cavalry can ride up, protect you. Heh. Three up. And now that that's open, I can get to this village without worry. Right, the secret book increases your skill stat by 2 points. And we're sending these to supply, not throwing them away, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, we do have to kind of bait this guy forward, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it does deal some damage. Luckily he's not fast enough to double us, but still, ow. Oh, 2 more bandits there. Fortunately, I've got to risk it here at least once. Now then, the goal here is win a battle. Well, that was rude, game. Fucking hit rates. I need to win a battle in order to get the freaking achievement, so go figure. Above Eirika, 1 space. Pop this, just top off, just in case. Get a hit there, and a level up. A terrible level up. Thanks, Vanessa. Get the kill here. Type disadvantage, misses the hit, and is slow enough to get 2-shot. Very good, because it puts Ross 1 kill away from his level up and promotion next stream. Trying again. I just need to hit my next hit. Can you stop missing, Franz? Really don't want to have to reset the whole chapter. Get that insta-kill here. Have to be above the knight. Right, future character, hello. That's what I figured. Whiff. Hit. Hit. Experience. And we did get weapon triangle. Oh well. He still kills him. Defense is nice, not really the stat you're expecting on these guys, but sure. Pop. Probably should have done the other way around so Ross could have gotten the level up there. Alright, we're trying again. Hit your attacks, Franz. Fast enough to double. Good. There we go. Magdalene Gladiator 1. Good. He does have Javelin to prevent you from just picking him off. And his attack stat is 18. Just to give you an idea of what's going on here. Go ahead and have you ride up around. Go ahead and heal Loot in case she needs to attack and not die. Gonna be enough to get some damage. There we go, Ross got it. And a terrible level of finishing. Feel like he's below average at this point. Let's see how much you can do, Franz. Franz, we just went over this issue. At least he dodged the hit. Alright, let's have one of the mages clean up. Level 3, level 4. Sure. Hits. And hits. Three up. And chapter out. Took a bit longer than I'd like because I really want to use that Arbor Slayer and then it kind of whiffed. Because Franz's accuracy needs some work. This is the first one you hear about why they're invading. Is it the full reason? Maybe, maybe not. But it's the first time they really go into detail about like, hey, we didn't just invade you for no reason, guys. It might be evil intentions, but it's still intentions. And he's like, no, she's still sus. But it's a valid concern. And then we got this on normal, so I don't get an achievement for it. But we do get a bonus for saving all the villages. Guiding Ring. First promotion item of the game, and it promotes any magic unit. Needless to say, we will want these. Now save here. And we will start this chapter at the beginning of our next stream. Otherwise known as the only time we will be playing from Ephraim's perspective this run. Yeah, no worries, Pottery. Thank you for sticking around. It's nice to have someone to talk to. I will post the Discord server link here in case you would like to vote on stuff regarding the streams. For example, after this stream, I'm going to put up a poll asking if you guys think it's okay for me to do grinding for levels in order to show off more units, or if you want me to do this the hard way. If there's nothing else, we do have a few options for who to go stream with. Well, who to raid. Me when words are hard. Oh my god. Anyways. I play 5 games a week. I do 1 per day of the week. Right now it's Battle Network 3 Blue. We just finished Final Fantasy 2 on Thursdays. Sacred Stones today. Sonic 3 and Knuckles tomorrow is what we're on. And then Saturday we are on Mario Tennis for the Game Boy Color. If there's no one in particular we have for a raid target, I will send you all. A lot of people are playing Fantasy Life 1. Man, that's really the new hotness. Send y'all to raid someone new, because I haven't done this one before. That being said, that does mean I need to learn how to spell their name. Especially when they add extra letters for emphasis. That's 5 Ds, Jesus. Haven't seen this person before, but should be interesting. I'll see y'all tomorrow for... Oh, frick. I missed a D. It's like I said. The frickin'... There, I see the frickin' profile picture now. Tomorrow, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Week from today, more Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, Eirika route on hard mode. Have a good day, y'all. Bye-bye.